a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bullshit.
Listen, we are back. Make sure you like this video as you are coming in. Make sure you like it. Thank you. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New. And honey, I am back in the building. Listen, how you doing? How your baby daddy doing? How your baby mama doing? How them badass cheering doing? They driving you crazy, girl. Listen, we are back. We're going to talk about Yolanda. One of you all sent me a clip to her video, child. It's a mess. And not Yolanda talking about comparing Kiki to Trisha, saying that they got Trisha therapy with Dr. Francis, but they didn't offer it to Kiki. Is this the same Yolanda that handled Kiki the way that she did when Kiki was alive? Okay. Use that lady. Weaponize the things she told you. Got her fired from the show. Okay. Like, it's a mess. It is a mess. And I found this clip of people blaming Yolanda for Kiki's mental health before she passed. But I was just like, I know Yolanda didn't, honey. Couldn't be. That couldn't be Yolanda saying all that. Not you acting concerned now that the lady ain't here no more and you did all that to her while she was here recording conversations. With her and her mother. You were supposed to be a listening ear, a good friend, and you were none of that. You were waiting to use that against her on Mad Day. So let me read this comment that a person made a while ago, you guys. This is from the past, but they are stating that, Yolanda really used and abused Kiki, before she passed. The person says it wasn't the Texas trip that did Kiki in. It was the confiding and venting to Yolanda, who took her venting and being upset and used it against her. Even when she shared it, she was saying she wanted to confront the people herself and tell them she was disappointed, in my opinion. Yet, Yolanda betrayed her and then caused others to hate on her by sharing her ventings, in my opinion. Then her own aunt, Miss Wanda, and her favorite blogger began and started an evil smear campaign against Kiki, in my opinion. Even though Kiki was off the show and was trying to focus on her family and new business ventures, they kept her name in their mouths, spewing out hate, in my opinion. Another person says Yolanda is always in women's business. So, yeah, you just have people that feel like you really did this lady wrong. And now, in 2025, Kiki really could have used the therapy. And why didn't they help her? And they just exploited her addiction issues and they didn't care about her. Did you care about her? Okay. Or did you just want to exploit her? Let's make that make sense. Another person says Yolanda is the biggest liar. While you sitting here talking about a group of women lying, girl, bye. I was rooting for Kiki. Child, it's crazy. Another person says, and Mel only tried to help, and people in both Yolanda and others were sitting on the phone trying to make Kiki look bad and putting her business out there. Yeah, it's like, child, it's a mess. It's a fool. Make it make sense. So I was just shocked, you guys, by that clip. Was you shocked when you seen it? If you seen it. But yeah, it's like, don't y'all hate when people do that? when people pass and then people feel so bad they not here and wish they would have got all the help, but meanwhile used and abused the person while they was here, exploited them, weaponized their pain. Okay, that's demonic. That's diabolical. Okay. All right, y'all, let's shake a bone and get the hell on. Let's talk about Diddy's The Reckoning on Netflix by 50 Cent. Fans have now seen what Diddy has done and wouldn't agitate for his release again. Is that the right word y'all should be using? Okay. In fact, they would want more years added to his prison sentence. After watching, I was getting ready, honey, to say watching his Netflix documentary, The Reckoning. They say they now realize it was Diddy who paid for the unaliving of Tupac Shakur, and that his arrogance led to the unaliving of Biggie Smalls as well. He was the one who started the East Coast versus West Coast beef that caused so many lives and division. What do you think would have happened if 50 Cent and Netflix had released his documentary before Diddy was sentenced for the minor crime he was charged with? So people also began mentioning, what they learned from the documentary. Number one, Diddy started the entire East and West Coast beef. 2, he paid to have Tupac unalive. 3, Biggie was unalive because of Diddy's arrogance and stupidity. 4, Diddy robbed Craig Mack. 5, Diddy made Biggie pay for his own funeral. Okay? Made the man pay for his own funeral? Child, it's a mess. And what's so weird about that is, I was a kid at that time, and I was a fan of Tupac, but at that time, and you really had to be in that time and really be paying attention, Tupac was seen as the thug. It was Tupac that was always in and out of jail and in trouble. And you saw Diddy, at the Source Awards. Yeah, I'm the producer who was talked about, and I just want all of us black men to do well. I'm proud of Snoop and Dr. Dre. Like, he was Mr. Positivity and wishing everybody well. And then it was Snoop Dogg that, started clowning on stage, and Suge Knight and Pac. They were the ones kind of seen like the troublemakers. And Diddy just wanted to be the feel-good music guy. And be cool with everybody, and he's from the East Coast. And then fast forward years later, he's the real nightmare. Okay, and Tupac warned all of us. I will never forget it. Tupac always believed Diddy had something to do with him being shot at the Quad Studios. Remember, that never went away with Tupac. He always stood on business and said that, and told us that one day we would see that Diddy is this monster. And Diddy wanted a lot to do with Tupac. He was jealous of him. He wanted him, to be down with him. And Tupac was like, nah, I'm good. Tupac was more kind of interested in Biggie and saw him as the talent, which Biggie was. He was way more talented than Diddy. But Diddy took advantage of all his damn artists. Okay? Had them doing all the work while he got all the pay. Make that make sense. Listen. Crazy. It's a mess. It's a fool. So let's see what the people think about this. One person says, and let's not forget, Biggie wanted to start his own label. You think Puff was having that? And they're saying that was before he was unalive. Another person, I just want to know how all of a sudden Diddy got fans. I ain't never seen so many people claim to be a fan of that man. Another person says Tupac was unalive because he wanted to be a part of the gang life so bad. He got involved with the wrong crowd and let them get to his head. Had he stayed with Digital Underground, he would still be here. I think that that's unrealistic. I don't think that that's true. And I think that that's unrealistic to think that you will end with who you start with. And even Tupac said, don't no one man stay in one place. You know, you vibe over here. You may get started with these people. You may go over here. And I feel like that's a very like unrealistic statement to make. But I see where the person is coming from, because Digital Underground was fun and they had the Humpty Hump, and you know, Tupac was more fun and friendly and stuff in his raps. But I think all that gangster stuff, that was like, it was gonna come. That was a part of his life. You know what I'm saying? Another person says, Suge Knight been saying it for years that Diddy is the one he believed was behind both unalivings. But Suge Knight also said that if he knew who did what they did to Pac, he wouldn't snitch. So how is that helpful? So yeah. Child, it's just one big old mess. Okay, y'all, let's shake a bone and get the hell on. In other news, we got Tasha K being dragged for calling out Funky Diva over the whole Tamar situation. She kind of said something about him that I didn't think it was nice at all. She talked about his prostate diagnosis, you know, saying, well, that's why you over there sick now, and that's why you going through what you going through. Look at what you did to Tamar. And honey, the people was dragging Tasha K. They was not here for it. So one person says, Tasha, you is wrong. Tamar changed her story too many times. Funky never changed his, not one time. Another person says, cancer can touch you too. Be mindful of your words. Another person says, you just laughed at someone's sickness? Bye, girl. Can't even watch the rest. Another person says, you sound so biased. Another person says, lady, where is that lady money? They talking about Cardi B. Do you have Cardi B's money while you out here dragging Funky? All I gotta ask is, what the hell did Funky Diva do to Tasha K? Because she do not like him at all. They used to be cool. It's like, why can't any of these YouTube friendships last, you guys? Why? Okay. Why can't we be friends? 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 Shout out to War, honey. Another person, Funky has been transparent about his past drug usage. Also, he has been silent up until Tamar's recent continued lies prompted his response. Yeah, Funky was mad at Tamar that she didn't come out and clear his name and say that, you know, he had nothing to do with her waking up with a bloody mouth and broken teeth, and she never tried to clear that up. So that's why Funky was, you know, so upset and put all her business out there, honey, with her and Memphis, who I think wanted to get back at Yandy for messing with that fine ass man. Was he overseas? Wherever he was fine. Okay, I think that's what was going on with that. Okay, so ain't nobody hands clean, honey. Another person says, girl, Tamar knew they were dragging Funky because she was lying about the whole damn thing. Plus, he did give her time. Plus, he did ask her to clear it up. SMH. Yeah, the people, they mad at Tasha. Another person says, I ain't bothered to watch this whole video. I came straight to the comment section because I knew Tasha is incapable of being unbiased for Funky. She was one of the main ones alluding that he had did something to Tamar, remember? Yeah. Honey, it ain't looking good. It ain't looking good, honey. They is dragging Tasha. Tasha, I can't take you. This girl loves to spin a narrative. Yeah, I don't know. She just looked really bad talking about Funky and talking about, well, that's why you sick now. And I don't believe you should, you know, wish that on anybody, because something could always happen to you, you know? If you don't like him, you don't like him. But I just felt like she went a little bit too far with that. Y'all let Miss Robinson know, honey, how you feel about that?